Ni hao, hang ying hu du gadget mad zi ahozi. That's Chinese for welcome back to Gadget Mad Lad. Sorry, hi there, welcome back to Gadget Mad Lad. Well, according to Google, should I say. Right, so in this episode we've got the OG, the pimp himself. It's Samsung Galaxy Note, the original Samsung Galaxy Note, the first one that ever came out. This little Bobby Dazzler came out in October 2011, rocking a Gorilla Glass screen. I think the very first version of the Gorilla Glass. Plastic back, plastic frame, so nothing too sturdy or anything. Had a 5.3 inch screen, so nice big chunky screen. This doesn't work, it's broke. It's dual core processor, which is a 1.4 gigahertz Cortex A9 Mali 400. I've done research, you see. It's got a gigabyte of RAM, 8 megapixel back camera, and a 2 megapixel selfie camera. I really like this. The form factor of this, I think it's lovely, but the fact that it's a dual core CPU means today's standards it would be terrible, but it looks pretty though, and it's got a stylus as well. It's rocking a 2,500 milliamp battery, I think, which is the main thing I want to be wanting out of it for, you know, my little projects and mods and stuff. Just going to do a teardown. I'm going to salvage the motherboard out of it and whatever else I can. I'm hoping to, in a future video, to buy a blocked one of these or find one that's got some kind of faulty motherboard and switch this into that and add it to my collection, because this is naff. The screen on it's buggered and the housing's not in the greatest nick either. I'm not too sure whether it was a 32GB model or the 16GB, but either one, both had 1GB RAM. So anyway, the point is, so let's get the stylus put to one side. 1 second. Get the back off. If you know why I'm wearing a plaster, it's because I've cut my thumb a little bit there, so I thought rather than showing you all and grossing you out, might as well cover it with a plaster. And it's all right, it's 2,500 milliamps battery, so that'll very much come in handy for something else. Right, so here we have in total, I can see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 crosshead Phillips screws. I think the crossheads. Yeah, one look like it's a bit mashed there. Seen better days. But no, don't matter. Nothing's getting salvaged from this housing wise. It's just the electronics on the inside going to hopefully become like a makeover for it eventually. So let's get my little screwdriver ready. Just gonna quickly pop these out. Yeah, this phone back in the day was like, well, I didn't have one myself. Obviously, I've got one now, but this came from my auntie Angie. Shout out to the Savouries. Whoop whoop. This essentially was a really good phone back in the day. I was rocking probably a 3220, maybe a 6230. Can't exactly remember. 2011 was a very long time ago. Oh, I guess everyone knows how time works. Oh crap. So I'm loosening these, taking forever to do so. Did anybody have this as, originally as a phone when it first came out? Because I think maybe a cousin of mine maybe had one. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but someone definitely that I knew had one. I've got a Samsung Galaxy Note 3 as well. That's one of the, probably the next video I'll be doing a teardown on. Again, same situation. Smashed screen, buggered housing. The only thing worth salvaging off it is a motherboard. So I figured just a teardown. Can't get this bleeding screw out. And the most interesting thing, seeing me take screws out really slowly. Is that no turn? I think we might have a bloody stuck thread there. Nope, I think I've been it loose. Yep, got it. So let's use a slightly bigger crosshead. I seem to wriggle the bugger loose. That is well and truly crapped out. Alright, so switch back to the other one. This one started to go, but not quite gone. There's no point in showing, they just broke screws essentially. Someone's tried having at it with probably the wrong screwdriver or something, and it's made the head mash up. To be honest with you, I was thinking of doing a full restoration of one of these, but it's a bit expensive, so I figured I'd wait, I'd put the part that I need out of it in storage, so I'll get the part that I need, so to speak, for either free or cheapest chips, because that's the best price I like to pay. Cheap or free. Which is what this cost me, so why not? Right, so got the screws removed. Let's see what we can get. Is it from the screen I'm prying it? Is it from the back I'm prying it? That's a good bloody question. Let's go with the screen to body ratio situation. Like I said, we're not really bothered about the screen or anything because it's buggered anyway. We just want to try and solve it. Oh, there we go. Yep, there we go. So just leave it that around there. That should do the trick. Hopefully I'm not cutting anything. Oh, nothing of value anyway. Obviously, like as I always say, I wouldn't recommend using metal on plastic because it's guaranteed to leave a mark. But because obviously I'm not bothered about the housing, it's not a big deal for me. As long as I don't hit anything too... you get what I mean? Come on, there we go, got it free. So, this isn't total waste, this is some gold flashing in there. Should be able to put that in my gold bin. Maybe use that gauze for something. 100% sure. Alright, so what have we got here? We have a Wi-Fi slash Bluetooth slash antennae of some kind. Just quickly disconnect that with that. We've got some more screws, we've got some connector cables. So we'll do with the screwdriver carefully, that is. Loosen that. Loosen that. I will try and salvage the cameras and stuff from this as well. Will they work on it? I have no clue. Like I said, I've not had a way to check it, so the whole thing might be buggered for all I know. But I'm prepared to put it to one side until I get the right parts to give it a try. Try to make it be a fun little project. These Samsungs are actually, where the phone started to get really complicated, but not too complicated, if you know what I mean. Like, you could interchange batteries and stuff, so like faults were sometimes pretty easy to fix. Some of the batteries change can always be the answer to like life and death sometimes, you with me. And other times it can be software. If it's software then you're buggered, but what I found more often than that with like these types of phones was that charge ports are a bit corrosion, you know, connecting two little pins together on the board. That'd be the cause. More often than that anyway. Right, so what we want out of here, we want to remove these screws. More goddamn screws. Screw you, man. There's more screws. I'm tripping. Not seeing any more. Yeah, there's more screws. I'm as blind as a bat. Not as steady as hand today. Where did that go? Straight to the magnet. Of course it did. Is that it? Are we done with the bleeding screws now? I think that might be it with the screws. Should we will? Yep, there we go. So the motherboard should freely come loose now. And that's what we have there. I will, because I can, pop that off. I can do it carefully as that is. Oh, there we go, there's one. And get the other one off. It's not soldered in, is it now? You can just touch these little things there. Give them a little kind of twist. Or maybe not. Let's just try and pop it off. No, not popping off. There you go, bugger logs, you will. So right, that's what we were talking about before, the specs wise. So Samsung, I think that's RAM, not RAM, onboard memory. So like the 32GB or the 16GB or something. That will be the RAM. It looks very similar. You know, the narrowness to it, that's the squareness of that makes it look like eMMC memory. And the kind of rectangleness to that makes it look like RAM memory. I could be wrong, but again, I don't think I am. The This little camera chip there, nothing special. I feel like these are microprocessors that make it communicate amongst everything. Pretty interesting little thing, that's honest with you. I'll keep the camera connected to that. Right, what I'll do actually before I move any further, because I don't want to get screws or anything stuck in there, because like I said, I want to salvage this. I'll put it in a static protected bag or something. You know, when I've got a hard drive out of or something, that should hopefully protect it. Let's see if this even goes back on now, it doesn't look like it wants to. Oh crap. Maybe they'll do that later. That's another problem for another time. So, what have we got here then? These are for the capacitive touch and the speaker and everything, I think. Are you coming free? Yeah, you coming free? Come free, bugger. You want to come free, don't you? I can see you wriggling this. See if I can get underneath there with that. There's quite a bit of circuitry in this. A lot more than I thought it would be. Lift up, don't break. Yep, that's gone. Well, that mashed up pretty easy, so I think it's just kind of like papery stuff. You know, that the ribbon, like that kind of stuff. It's like that, but got a little bit of crunchy hard. Is it called fiberglass? I'm not too sure what they call it, but that on it. So, next up, let's give it a go. Dig deeper and deeper. So, yeah, that's what I'll be salvaging. Just that and the battery as well. All these screws will get put in the bin. I should actually start saving these at some point, because I know it's only like microscopic bits of steel, but considering steel is actually worth something, I could get quite a bit of dosh eventually, I suppose. Like my lifetime's worth or whatever. Right, so this is the loudspeaker, I think. Yeah, positive and negative. Or negative and positive, whatever you say. I used to use real words, Chris. You can do that. That won't break free from that, but I might be able to. It's an air channel system, I think. So I might be able to repurpose that. Rewire it or something. So we'll keep that as is, like a package as it is. Right, this is where the antennae area that we disconnected a bit earlier leads to. So I can get underneath that. We get to there, we just disconnect that, should just pop off. Yep, there we go. I can go to my little. I've got quite a few of them, to be honest with you. Have we got any screws? See any screws? That's come free. Looks like it wants to, but then again, it looks like it doesn't. Oh, bugger. Right, so that is like so thin. Is it like tape? Don't cut through, don't cut through. Don't cut through. Cut it at least, don't cut it off. There was no chips underneath. Oh, something's come. Oh, that's very bent. Come on. Oh, I might be get away with that actually. It's very bent now. With some protective foil, which can always be replaced. Hopefully it can. Hopefully I'm not anything too loose on there. Got a bendage on it, but it's very, very thin. It's like paper thin. This is where the charge port is essentially. Connects to the phone and does your data connectivity and all that crap. Alright, so what else we got here then? Can we go further? Because obviously I'm going to go down to as far as the screen and then I can just chuck the rest. That's the plan anyway. Let's remove these, see what we got here. I think there's a headphone jack and a earpiece maybe. So if that is what I think it is that dual loudspeakers maybe? That's come loose. No, got to do that first and I ripped it free. Oh bugger. Not good. I don't think I pulled it too hard though. So can I come free now? So here we have a loudspeaker and a headphone jack, both wired into the same thing. We could access them separately, I have no idea, but it'd be worth giving a go I suppose if you were inclined to do so. This is a bit of kind of, you see this in Apple products, you know, stuff like pin stuff down. Alright, so yeah, just pull that free. That's another selfie camera. It's a little collection. I think that's as far as we can go. Should we see if we can get this speaker thing off without buggering up too much? Come on. Oh crap, sliced into it then, hopefully not too bad. Could this be a vibrator maybe? Coin style vibrator? Or coin style, what the hell you call it? Oh, come free, man. Pliers. When in doubt, bring in the big guns. So, if I give this a little pull, will there? Oh, crap. It's hardly out. It's hard as hell to grip hold of. Yeah, freedom. So now we got free, can we loosey goosey that? Yeah, we can. And still have no idea what that is, but it's got 2 terminals on it, so it might be a vibration remote, vibrator motor, vibration motor, whatever the hell I'm trying to say. Words, them. Alright, so the rest of the circuitry on the back of that, which is a goddamn shame to waste. Oh crap, well there's something I've ripped off. Is that a big gold net? It's got gold net, so go on the gold pile. Gotta pull you free. Oh, sorry, not the camera. I really am not a pro. As you probably guessed by now. So push that through there. That's not gonna come free, surely. If I can take, if this comes off now, I'll take the screen off. If not, please don't explode my face. Please don't explode my face. Actually, once I had a phone, I did that, and I crapped myself. And put it so you don't want getting stuff in your eyes. Speak from experience of that. I once was grinding on some metal. It's like my Dremel little project thing I was messing up with at the time. And a piece of metal went off into my eye, and I had to have it removed with a needle. And it was very, very horrible. Nasty pasta. Yeah, I'm gonna give up with that. Call it a day there. I'll just trim that off. Actually, just pull that sod it in it. Yeah. So got that. It's a bit of gold in it. So the screen. This is what we're done now. So that's what we ended up with. What's left of the chassis and the innards and bits and bobs that are. I think this is the digitizer and the actual screen. So maybe screen, digitizer, and the rest is just byproducts of like plastic and stuff essentially. So that's a lot of crap for there. We've got a lot of screws. We've got hopefully a speaker I can use for something else, because I'm like it's like a little chamber kind of thing there. Like you can see on that. Hopefully my light's dying a little bit, so sorry about that. But I've got 2 little. But essentially it's like a mini speaker, so I'm hoping I can use that for something. Got the charge part of it. A couple of cameras, a headphone jack, a an AP speaker. Think, not 100% sure, but I think a vibration motor thing, and the motherboard and the selfie camera. Go to the chips and stuff. I'll have to try and get that circuit board back on. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time to see me do the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. Toodle pips, bye byes.